don't know.
I don't know
What happened. So
what is going on right now.
we didn't have an opening. We normally have an
No,
opening for the show. We spend a lot of money on that. You're not in your normal studio. I'm sitting outside the arena. It's for some reason not snowing. It's a confusing start to the show, Dave, but we're here. We're back after Easter.
ironically, I'm using a green screen and you're not.
That's right. You're using a green screen that looks like your kitchen. And I'm sitting outside the arena. And the weather is very different over here, which
What
isn't
is happening?
accurate at all. But we are back. We're back on the air. And did you have a nice Easter weekend?
I can't remember.
I was hoping you would remember how your weekend was because I don't.
Oh, we did. I know we did bingo at Raymond's restaurant.
Nice.
So we did bingo. I have to ask my wife because I can't. I don't know what's happening right now. Amanda, what did we do for Easter weekend?
We hosted a dance.
We hosted a dance.
That was it.
Brunch bingo.
And then we hosted brunch bingo.
That was it. No, I get it. Well, at least someone's finding this funny. Bingo. Bingo. No, it was good. It was nice to have a bit of a break, and we're back. And
Sorry.
It's good.
What, you said a bit of a break?
A bit of a break.
Didn't I just tell you what we did?
Well, no, I didn't mean you. I meant everyone else. I meant the rest of the world.
Okay.
So you know what we didn't do last week, and we're actually going to start. I'm going to do this now. I didn't get to any of the news of what's going on in town last week. We completely missed it. So actually going to start there, and I might even do it again later.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. I'm going to briefly mute you because it's kind of like, there we go, a bit of noise. So apologies for last week. I did not get to any of the news, but we've got some stuff coming up in town that we should quickly talk about. This is kind of cool. This is actually happening down in Fort Macleod, but it's really to encompass the whole area. There's Skilled Trades and Career Fair happening April 24th. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. down in Fort Macleod. Free professional headshots. Megan McClung and I were talking about this. It's going to be a great event, and particularly for young folks who want to look at the trades, but aren't maybe really sure where to start. So this is going to be a great event, and I'm really excited about it because it's nice to see these really important jobs where you can go as a young person or someone interested in that field and go and actually talk to people in the field. So that is happening. It's coming up April 24th down in Fort Macleod. We've also got the screening of a really important film, Dried Up, What Now? This is with the Chinook Watershed crew happening on April 15th. It's a Monday at the Claresholm Community Center. Doors are at 5. Roy's Place is providing beef on a bun, which is awesome. Program starts at 5:30, and then I believe there's a Q&A after with the filmmakers. So if you're around and you want to check that out, that's on Monday the 15th. If you're good at throwing stuff, cornhole tournament happening this weekend in Staveley. I don't know if they're full or not, but I would check them out. If you've got experience throwing a beanbag at a hole, this event is for you. I don't know why it's called cornhole. Nobody can answer that question I asked. Nobody's got a clue. But if you like it, there's a tournament, so you should go check it out. Something to keep an eye on for next week, Bottle Drive, Tuesday, April 9th. This is for the Cobras minor football players. Are going to be coming around and picking up donations off at the football field before 8 p.m. Or, if you really want, you can go to the Bottle Depot until April 9th and just say it's for Claresholm minor football, and they certainly appreciate the support. And lastly, next week, April 14th to 20th, it's National Volunteer Week. And so if you have photos of your volunteers in action, you can send those to Amanda at the local press, and they'll probably print them or show them. Let's celebrate our volunteers next week, April 14th. The 20th is I'm waiting for Dave to put his glasses back on because he cannot see a thing without his glasses. I'm not even sure he knows that I'm here until he puts his glasses back on. A lot of cleaning. So those were the events we didn't get to last week. I'm going to put this up here. It's Catherine here. LOL. Hi, Catherine. Thanks for joining us. I don't know why you're a random Facebook user. We had this thing that happened last week. Everyone was random. Comments were coming in. They were random. And I don't know how to fix it because our IT department is currently on vacation. So it's too bad.
Is my mic better?
Your mic is good. Yeah. It's a little bit better. It's a little quieter.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. To that, I think we'll do another run of news again near the end of the show because it's April. Now I put this picture up behind me. I know it looks like I'm sitting on a skateboard ramp. But it's just to remind everybody that the weather is going to improve. This is not going to last. And I heard, I don't know, Dave, we need to get you a new blanket. We need some astronomical amount of moisture, like 250 centimeters or something of moisture to get out of this. So I was hoping it would all have landed now, but apparently not. I like that you're comfortable. You look very comfortable. You know who's saying hi to us? Still go for it. No, the whole show's gone off the rails.
I've decided just to give up.
Yeah, that's good. No, you've hit that age. I appreciate it. Dave Murphy, you're in Toronto, my friend, and you're still tuning in from a different time zone. Hello, Dave Murphy. I know you're out there visiting family. I've seen some awesome pictures, so thanks for tuning in. And tell everyone you see in Toronto that we also said hi. They all know us out there, so we appreciate you tuning in. And good day from Tracy and Dale. Hi, Tracy and Dale. Thank you for joining us. So let's switch gears for a moment. Now that you've got your, what's it called, your Snuggie or whatever that is.
Sure. Yeah.
Your Snuggie on. Yeah. So you've been. We've got a guest coming up, and she's very familiar to the show, and I'm not going to talk about it until she gets here because she's got a very busy life, and she's got a new venture that she started. I don't really know anything about it. I saw something on Facebook, and I went, you got to come and talk to us about this, whatever's happening. And I think there's a couple people listening who might be interested in this. So stay tuned. She'll be here shortly. But in the meantime, Dave, you've been busy. You're always busy. Yeah. But you've got something we wanted to talk about. I think we should talk about it.
Why I got kicked out of my studio?
Well,
is that what you want to talk about?
When you turned on the camera, I knew immediately, like when you were in your shop, I was like, there's way more raccoons in there than there was last time. And this probably isn't going to work out for the show. And sure enough, the raccoons busted you out. They kicked you out, and now you're here. So that's okay.
So if you mean raccoons like a guitar teacher and a student, then yes, you're absolutely right. We had more raccoons in the studio this time.
It was a classic moment where like suddenly like daylight just hit Dave on the side of the face, and he looked to the side and then went, "Oh no, I've double booked myself. I'll be back in a minute." And then here we are in his blanket in his living room. So
did you know that in the studio we now do music lessons?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we have instructors who are coming in to do music lessons, and one of those music lessons was booked at 12 o'clock on Friday because I was working on production and commercials, and somebody texted me and said, "Hey, can I have a student on 12 o'clock on Friday?" And I didn't bother thinking about anything.
No,
I just went,
sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you guys can have anything you want.
I got nothing. That doesn't ring a bell that there's anything going on. It's been 2 years, but your brain doesn't register, right? I've done it a couple times. I've almost booked stuff at this time slot and then gone, no, I have other things going on.
So that is the truth about what happened there.
That's okay.
And why I'm in the house. But you know what? We could still make it happen. So they're doing their music lesson in the studio, and I'm having fun just relaxing with my Snuggie on the couch in the house.
Yeah. I think you're turning lemons into lemonade, as they say.
Exactly. That's what you do.
So I'm really curious to talk about this family fun theater, if we can do that, because it's in the. We
can do that. We also have a karaoke that was supposed to be done, but unfortunately the conversation took an interesting turn about this new Walmart that's being built in Claresholm right now, apparently. So that was the case, right? Isn't there a new Walmart being built there?
Just as you said that, our viewership basically tripled for some reason. I don't know why. And now you've started a rumor. There is no Walmart being built in Claresholm. No, that would be.
But people want it.
People, I don't know. We had a great conversation. In fact, conversation that continued after the show last week. And Santana was fantastic. She always provides us with some good insights. I think people think they want Walmart. I think just as a general, like, oh, that seems like it would be great. I can get winter tires. I can go get some broccoli. Get clothes for my kid all in one place. But it does. The other side of it is it can really affect small businesses, and those small businesses are the ones that are donating to your minor hockey and your soccer and your different events. So,
there's a positive about Walmart, though. When you talk about it on a show like this, you get a lot more traction on people that tune in. So
you just sort of go. You can be talking about the weather, and then go, "Did you hear we're getting a Walmart?" And people are like, "Get my phone. I'm tuning into this. I want to know what's going on."
Tuning in.
Yeah, it's like I'm angry. I'm. This is not.
I don't know if you saw the comments after the fact, but somebody referred to us as a panel. We're now a panel, which kind of makes it sound like we're decision makers in the Walmart saga.
You know what's going to happen is it's going to be like years later, and the town is going to grow, and eventually Walmart, and someone's going to call us and be like, you have to come back and help cut the ribbon because you guys talked about it. And now it's here. It's
Love it.
Those things take time. It takes a long time for those things to happen. We are getting McDonald's. That is true. McDonald's sometimes shows up inside Walmart. So maybe they'll build something around McDonald's. I don't know. Hi, Kat.
Yeah.
Somebody just said, now you're cold.
I guess so.
I guess so. Family Fun Theater.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So I came up with this idea for our radio station because we're always trying to come up with innovative programming ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always trying to think from the perspective of what kind of programming can we put on that is going to benefit multiple groups in our communities. So I came up with the idea of reintroducing something that we haven't had on radio for years, which is live theater plays.
Yeah.
So we're going to have radio plays that are it's going to debut this Sunday, the 7th, 6 o'clock to 6:30. So it's going to be a half an hour. And the idea is to bring different theater groups together.
Yeah.
And have them collaborate. And so Trace says, cannot wait. I can't wait either. You have no idea how excited I am. I'm so excited. I double booked my studio.
Yeah.
That's how excited I am.
Yeah. That's excited. That's good.
So Trace says, cannot wait to be a part of this radio program. So the whole idea is, of course, when you get 4 theater groups that are all collaborating and doing radio plays, well, then all of those theater groups are going to tell their friends and all the people that are involved with their theater groups. Another cat. And we've got then, of course, those friends and family are going to tell their friends and family, and then uncles and aunts, and then grandmas and grandpas, and people across the country tuning in to find out when the next actual theater play is going to be happening in these communities. So we're actually doing commercials in between the 2 episodes. So each episode's about 11 minutes.
Yep.
And then in between we'll have a commercial break, and that commercial break, we're going to promote each community's actual theater shows that are happening.
Oh, wow.
So what do we have happening in Stavely with such drama? We've got Whispers of the Manor, right?
Yeah.
And then in Claresholm, we've got The Mousetrap.
Yep.
In Nanton, we've got Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And in High River, they got Grease.
Oh, really? See, that's cool. I really liked it. I didn't know all of that. So hearing it for the first time is pretty neat. I didn't know they were doing Grease in High River. Yeah. That's kind of awesome. Wow. Yeah. You've got somebody here said, Mike and I are definitely excited. Awesome. No, so great.
Catherine and Mike, who she's referring to, that's Catherine. They are our sound effects and music cue people. So they take care of making sure that all the cues for the Foley, it's not traditional Foley. We might do that someday. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You get a piece of wood and on your hands, put some shoes, and then you make the footsteps. It's all live. So
there was a show that was done, I think, at Vertigo a few years ago, and it was a show, a live theater show about a radio play. And so you got to see kind of like it looked like the inside of a radio station back in the 40s. And then the actors come out, and it's kind of the banter in between of them getting ready. And they do the actual play, but all the Foley was done live on the stage for the play.
That's super cool.
It was wild. It was really
super cool.
The name of it would be helpful. But anyway, that's cool.
So now that we've kind of, set it up here with a segue of what this is, I created a little bit of a promo for it. So do you want to take a look at the promo?
Let's do the promo. Let's as they
remember when we used to gather around for the Sunday night special? A magic kingdom entertaining every household that would soon become the fabric of our culture. Families bonding together while being entertained and inspired. Well, guess what? The Sunday night special is back! The Hub Nanton Radio and Family Fun Theater presents The Adventures of Willow Creek Academy. A day in the life of the teachers and crazy students of Willow Creek Academy. You may actually recognize some real names and sounds of this rural schoolhouse. So gather around the radio and enjoy some authentic and original small town theater in the heart of your own home. The Adventures of Willow Creek Academy debuts on Sunday, April 7th from 6 to 6:30 p.m. on nantonradio.ca, the flagship variety station. Family Fun Theater, in support of the High River, Nanton, Stavely, and Claresholm theater communities, working together to bring you original radio plays on the hub, Nanton Radio.
That's cool.
There you go. So
Awesome.
there's one part of that. So I wrote that script for that promo, and it's, I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything like that, but there was one line that really stood out to me that I came up with, which was small town theater in the heart of your own home.
Yeah. It's good.
Something about that just hits me.
And so this is this Sunday, 6 p.m. Where can we
debut? Yeah.
Where can we hear it?
So you can now download the app for your iPhone and for the Android, and you just look up Nanton Radio.
Oh, awesome.
Look up Nanton Radio. And if you don't want to download the app, then you can just go to the website, nantonradio.ca. Let me just put that up here. So
Yeah.
I'll just put nantonradio.ca.
Okay.
There we go.
Perfect.
So you just go to nantonradio.ca. There it is right there. And that will take you to the website. And then there's a play button on the website. You just listen to it from there. Now,
Nice.
we are working on with the radio station, because I think most people who know us know that we rebranded the radio station from Euro Radio to Nanton Radio.
Yeah.
And the hub. And
Yeah.
so when we had Euro Radio, it's kind of funny because we were just getting ready to actually announce that we have Euro Radio on Roku. We have it on iPhone, Apple TV, the Apple Watch, the Amazon Echo, and the Amazon, what's the other one? Alexa, and Google this, and we have it on all the platforms. But right now, it's all Euro Radio branded. So
Right.
we're in the process of getting that changed over.
Gotcha.
And so the first two that we've got changed over and are ready to go are the apps for your iPhone and your Android. Those are now the hub, Nanton Radio. So you can go there and get it there.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it on Sunday. That's fantastic.
I think it's going to be incredible. And we're looking for sponsors all the time for it as well. So if anybody wants to sponsor it, helps us get, equipment for it to make it even easier for the actors. But this is the important thing about doing this kind of stuff is I think that when you do this, you're opening up another outlet for collaboration and for development.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to say anything else. You talk about that. You talk about your perception of what I just said about development in doing something like this.
Well, I think you've opened up an opportunity for people who want to try it, and the nice thing is you've got a lot of people who are involved in theater. These aren't these aren't hour long. Like you said, it's like 11 minutes.
And there's script in hand as well.
Script in hand. And so you can practice these skills without necessarily being seen at first. You're just heard.
That's right.
You're not having to memorize lines. They're in front of you.
Not having to memorize lines.
Develop the character. You get to develop the skill set in a pretty low, it's a low stress environment. I will say, other than the raccoons in your studio, it's a low stress environment. And you get to do the thing for real, and it's but you get the thrill of doing it live, and the challenges that come with doing it live, and I think that particularly in Canada, we have still a very strong radio community here. So I think for people to, it also kind of extends your attention span a little bit. We are in a world where things are very short, so if we can just push into the 10-minute zone, would be great.
So the beginning of that promo, I was talking about, when the families got together years ago and gathered around the TV or the radio at one time, and they had family time.
Yeah.
Another part of that speaks to me
Yeah,
greatly is the thought, in my head. I hope it happens that people will look at this as an opportunity on Sunday night when they're either having their dinner, getting ready for dinner, finish their dinner, to just turn it on and have a little family time together.
Yeah, exactly.
And celebrate what our communities have to offer.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited for it. Sunday, 6 p.m. And it's what you've done, and you can feel the segues coming. It's right here. It's taking people who are interested in theater and interested in storytelling and matching them with an opportunity to express themselves.
Putting those things together.
It's like a creative. It's like what would you call it? There's a word, Dave.
Like matchmaking.
It's like you're matching.
It's like that.
It's like matchmaking. It's almost
Yeah.
like what Lauren Billey's doing, or Lauren Billey's here to talk to us about. First of all, that was a really solid. That deserves our 10-second segue. Hold on, that matchmaking. Guess what? All feeling really long. There's a huge intro. Lauren, we wrote that. It took us 3 hours yesterday to write that intro. LB, you're back.
How's it
You're
going,
back.
you guys? I haven't seen you in so long.
It's been
Been a
ages.
while.
You're back. And so this is the first time on the show we've had a guest. I don't know what we're actually going to be talking about exactly. I can guess. This is the least amount of information I've ever had with a guest, and I'm trusting you 100% on this. So I saw something on Facebook a week ago, and I went, what is this?
Oh, we have the Lauren Billey tech problems is what
Nope, we're back.
having.
We're back.
Oh,
She's
we're back.
We're back.
Okay, good.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. So what did you see, Alec?
So I'm going to share something. I'm going to share an image I saw. Well, I saw they weren't all together like this, but I'm going to show you these images. So I saw something that said blind date sessions with LB, and it's a picture of you. And then it said over online dating, swipe left, right. What's your favorite color? I'm like, I can see where this is going. Apply. So follow the link and apply for a blind date session. We will match you with your perfect mate. And then it said, we will plan a first date, which will also be a photo shoot at the end of the session. It's up to you and the match to keep the good vibes flowing, and then do it, which I actually read in your voice. Do it. Message me for info, price, and what to expect next. So that's super interesting. So what is it? What's going on?
So, obviously, as somebody who has been on the online dating scene for a brief moment, it's quite ridiculous. It's dumb. I think a lot of people are over it. There's a lot of groups on social media, like, are we dating the same guy?
Right.
Calgary, which is a big group, and there's thousands of people in there, and I see it every day where women are just so over online dating, and they're so over putting themselves out there and then getting hurt and not finding the perfect match and all of these things. So I recently just had a surgery where I had to rest for 6 weeks. Do I rest? No, we all know this. I am the worst at resting.
I'm going to tell, not a lot of people know this. I saw you very shortly after surgery, like in the window where you shouldn't have been standing, and you answered the door. So I come to the door and I'm like, Lauren, is the door unlocked? I've got some stuff for you. I was a care package, and there's Lauren standing in the hallway. She's like, hi, come on in. I was like, you're supposed to be lying down. And she goes, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I did.
I'm totally
laid
fine.
Down, and now I'm 7 weeks post surgery, and I feel amazing, and everything is fine. But it's all due to Alec and Annalise's care package.
The care package.
This is
So just again for context, because we're gonna get angry letters. I've already mentioned Walmart. I know people are upset. That's how Annalise and I met many years ago. Was a very primitive form of online dating. It's nothing like it is now. So when we talk about me being a fan, she means years ago, not currently. All right. So just be clear.
But you guys are a success story.
We are a success story.
Yeah.
So when we met, and just this might set you up. So when we met, it was like an ad. It was print. And then you had to work hard. If you wanted to get a photo, it was like one photo would get emailed if you were lucky, and then you went away and had a snack and came back and it might be downloaded.
Yeah.
There was no Facebook, didn't exist. You couldn't go to Instagram. You couldn't find them on Twitter or anything. Like there was no way to like sneak a peek into someone's life and kind of do your own research. So you were literally just meeting through this site and then taking it from there. Now it's it's evolved since then, but my understanding is it's not maybe better.
Yeah. So in my recovery, I honestly used Are We Dating the Same Guy, Calgary, Alberta, as a source of entertainment because it got quite interesting.
I can imagine.
And then I started thinking, like, I see it on social media, those like stranger sessions that are done so that people do these sessions. This is not a new thing.
Okay.
And I just thought, okay, like, what if I turn this into like a new way to date where
Mhm.
it's like, give me all your information, your age, what you're looking for in a partner, and what your ideal date is. And honestly, I've had over 30 responses since I've announced this. And I've really enjoyed going through and looking at the responses because it's cool actually to kind of know what people are looking for. So I feel like I'm kind of perfect for this because
Mhm.
I don't like when people feel 1 ounce of awkwardness. So, like, obviously, when they first meet, it's going to be awkward, but I think I'm pretty good at being an icebreaker.
Mhm.
And how cool would it be if you guys, if they ended up getting married and they had photo documentation of the first time that they met?
Oh my God. Now I'm just thinking back. I'm putting this in context to our life. Could you imagine a photo of me from 25 years ago trying to
Yeah,
be
it
cool?
would look
I'd look
less,
different.
yeah,
Less
yeah.
what? Sorry, less. What was that? Go ahead. You have to be careful now, Lauren, because you're in the public eye as a professional matchmaker. But what's really cool about that is that you would want to look back. You would want to look back,
you would,
right?
and
But
I
it's not
want to
random
spend
either.
some. No, it's not random. I'm like making sure that like the ages and the wants and the needs are similar. The lifestyles are similar. Like I feel like I'm pretty good at reading people, and
Mhm.
so like kind of just going through the paragraphs that people are sending me of like what they want and what their
Mhm.
first ideal date is has been really fun. And so I'm already planning two. So we have two for sure, but we need more guys from 20 to 35, but also we want older. So like I also think that there's no age gap or like age limit. There's
Mhm.
no age limit. There's no like I want everybody who feels like they can't find love, I think, should apply for it.
Mhm.
There's somebody out there for someone. Also, just sharing it, like sharing it to your circle, would be really beneficial for the next potential match.
And now the zone that you're kind of dealing with is fairly large. Like we're not just talking about locally
So
here in
there's
town.
been
Like
a
this is
lot of people from Calgary, but that's because I also utilized the dating groups on Facebook in
okay.
Calgary.
Got it.
So putting it in there. Oh,
Dave has been dying to do something. I can hear the mic.
Because I found your picture from 25 years ago. So
oh yeah.
this was the dating picture that he used.
That's actually not bad.
So
That's actually not bad as far as a joke is concerned, and making me look ridiculous.
I
That's
just
pretty
have
good.
to clarify though, because like I think the photo of me and then the blind date session with LP, I've had a lot of messages that are like, sign me up for a date with Lauren. And I was like, oh no, we have misread this entire thing. So I just want to say that that's
I
not what this is. This is not what that is.
That's kind of why I thought you were here. So this photo on the left is not a blind date with Lauren.
No.
Okay. No, I'm just
okay.
kidding.
So I do have to ask you guys though, since we're in this realm of the conversation, and Amanda might jump on here and talk a little bit about this, but are you guys well versed on the Love Is Blind, the reality show?
Yeah. Oh
okay.
yeah. Like that was like what I watched while I was rotting in my nest.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we watched all the episodes as well, and so is there any do you see there being any inspiration from the show Love Is Blind to what you're doing with this?
100%. Because I think that Love Is Blind, it either works or it doesn't, and for the people that it works for, it really works. Like the season 1 couples that got married are still married, are still in love with each other. And so I do quite actually believe that love is blind, and it can be. So I don't know. I think that this is just a fun new way to date and also get to know people. Like you don't have to continue the date, but meeting new people is always fun.
Yeah. So let's say then, let's pretend Annalise and I aren't married to each other, but we come to you and individually, and you're like, oh, you guys would be great together. And then we meet And now are we meeting? We're meeting with you and your
Yeah.
camera.
So what is going to happen is I will reach out to you and I will say, hey, I found you a match.
Okay.
Here's a list of dates that work. Do these dates work for you? And
Okay.
send it to the other match as well.
Okay.
We will figure out a date. From there, I will plan the date. So it could be anything. It could be anything. Kind of. That's why I asked the question, what is your ideal date? So that I can kind of read that.
Yep.
So once I plan your date, then I'll say, all right, we're meeting here at this time. And I'll get documents, pictures, document the moment that they first meet each other.
Okay.
Take a few photos with them. And then let them carry on with their date.
So you leave. You're not hanging out until the end necessarily. You're not there while they're eating their appetizer.
No.
Taking pictures of the food.
And that's another thing is like, we don't have to do a restaurant. Like make the date, right? Like it's going to be spring soon, hopefully, or we'll just live in eternal winter. But you know, like I want to get creative with it. Like it doesn't have to just be, let's go eat dinner at a restaurant. You know?
Gotcha. There's this. I'm glad this has happened. There's a comment here, and I've been waiting for this because there's one guy that I know was going to be all over that. Dave going, sign me up. Listen, Dave, I'll tell you what. If you get signed up with Lauren, she finds you your perfect match, and you get married, we should do it on Connecting Claresholm Live. You should get married live on the show.
I agree.
It doesn't have to happen tomorrow. I'm just saying, just keep it in mind. And so really, folks, you're acting as the catalyst. You're there to capture some moments, and then you're going to kind of slide away when the moment is right to let them carry on. If the date goes well, now it's up to them, right, to then continue to date number 2, I assume.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right? Okay, so
that's the plan.
So you're not showing up on date 2. You're there on date 1,
and that's
and then that's it.
We'll post the pictures. Yeah.
Got it. So then if it's like now you're into like we need to get engagement photos, they can come back to you. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
And I don't know who this is. I'm gonna put this comment up. I don't even know what it means. Do you know what this means? I hope Dave, do you know what this means? This comment?
Let's see.
It says, did it work out for the Megan Fox lookalike? I don't know what that means.
Oh no, it didn't. But honestly, she wasn't being true to herself.
I know what they're talking about. Yeah. No. What was her name again?
Kelsey.
Kelsey. Is it Chelsea or Kelsey? Chelsea.
No,
Chelsea.
So yeah. Work for her.
So let's just get a little context here for people that are tuned and listening, like Alec, who doesn't understand, the Love Is Blind culture.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't.
So there's a wall separating them, and they date for, I think it's a week or something like that, or I don't know. So they date for a week, and this wall, they just talk to each other, and then they decide if they're going to get married, and then they meet for the first time after they propose to each other.
Sorry, back up a second. They've got a wall between them for a week, and then they get married.
That's right. Then they propose to each other and get married. Okay, so there was a girl on one of the episodes, which was the most recent one, who her name was Chelsea, and she claimed that she has been told she looks like Megan Fox on the show.
That's a big claim. Okay.
That is a big claim. And many people disagreed that she doesn't look like Megan Fox, but since she had a wall between the two, she could say anything she wanted, right? And what a great way to attract somebody who can't see you to want to marry you is to claim that you look like Megan Fox.
And I actually listened to a podcast about that, and I think what she did was, the other girl that this guy was talking to was stunning. She looked like Megan Fox. Let's be honest there.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah.
She knew, this Chelsea girl knew what she looked like. And I think a lot of her insecurities came out where she was like, if I win over this beautiful girl, I am the winner. But then when they got into the relationship, she was so insecure.
Yeah, I was going to say, when didn't her insecurities come out?
Exactly. She was so insecure in it because she didn't trust him. She knew that she was not the better pick.
Yeah. So I heard that there's going to be a Love Is Blind Canada coming out.
Oh.
That's what I heard. I think it was my wife who told me that. Did you say there's a Love Is Blind Canada coming out?
Yeah, and UK.
And UK. Yeah. So what we're planning on doing, Lauren, is when Love Is Blind Canada comes out, we are going to do live commentary to talk about So
it.
so we can connect that with your dating service,
Yes.
and then we can sit on and then Alec can join us as well.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated because this is not the conversation I thought Dave would have. I know Dave, I think, fairly well. And I don't also, it's making sense to me because right now the Rough Riders aren't playing. There's nothing going on in his world to watch on TV. Love is Blind seems like the right thing. You know a lot about the show. So let me get this straight. So this is fascinating to someone who's never seen. I've heard of the show. So now there's are people competing for, like, is there like one person on one side and then a bunch of people on the other, or is it kind of like one-to-one?
One-on-one dates.
Yeah.
And so if
With anybody you want, though.
Okay,
That's who's part of it, the show.
and you're switching up, like, are you trading off?
Yeah.
And okay, so then you're after this week of sort of like almost like speed dating with a wall between you. You then pick someone and go, we're going down the aisle.
Yeah, that's right.
That is wild. Okay, all right. And then after that, does everyone get to see everyone? Do you get to kind of be like, oh, I picked door number 2, but door number 4 over there might have been okay?
The producers, absolutely. Alec, you know TV. The producers are going to put them all together. Of course they are. Into a party situation where there's alcohol. They got to make sure there's alcohol. So then, because now it's like, ooh, did I pick the right one?
Right, of course.
Maybe I should have gone. I was talking to that one over there. I should have maybe gone with that one instead.
So I got to tell you something. You don't know this, Dave. I haven't talked about this but now it's relevant. Years ago, I actually worked on a show very similar to that. It was a dating show. It was all shot at the in Banff, and the way the show looked was very like they're going to bring everybody in, and then you're going to kind of go on these mini dates and whatever. But then knowing the producer and the guys that were shooting it and stuff, like the truth about what went on in the background was crazy. Like what they were told they have to say. Like if you and I were on the show, I would be told kind of like to make fun of you, or you'd be making fun of, like, and not in like a friendly way. Like it got pretty nasty. But the whole, I mean, it got all kinds of viewership. These shows are not going away, and so so Lauren, I think you've tapped into like an interesting culture, but you're doing it like this is a legit way to meet people. And I like the fact that you're vetting, you know.
Do you have levels, Lauren? Do you have levels where people can just go on a blind date, or they can actually sit with a wall between them and then get married immediately after, and that costs more?
No, but I could add that.
I think you should add that as like a level.
I think I could. I do.
It's like the platinum level.
Yeah.
They should almost do like a Love is Blind night at like one of the local pubs. Like we'd get so like I worked in Claresholm, and let me tell you, the characters that we would get from that would be
I love it.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing.
She might look like Megan Fox with a really stretched out face.
I have to see the show now. I don't know anything about it.
If you don't watch it tonight, I am.
Yeah. I gotta go. Obviously, I've got to go and check it out. Yeah. And so I feel like this is something we have to check in with you again on down the road, Lauren.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, here's what everyone's probably thinking. At least this is a question I have. Okay, suppose you are getting all of these people writing, giving you what they want and whatever.
Yeah.
Now, suppose a guy sends you some info, and Lauren's like, I know who would be a good match for you. Lauren, Billey would be a good match for you.
No.
You can't. Can you skim one off the top? Or are you like, no, this is going to be strictly professional?
This is strictly professional, strictly for everybody else. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just my question. Thank
you. Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow. Okay, so so Megan Fox is on the right, and this person who thought she looked like her is on the left. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's correct.
All right.
What do you think, Alec?
I mean, I'm not sure what I'm going to say. What to say? I mean, they're.
What do you think? What do you think?
I could kind of see where someone might feel some degree of maybe some, but that's a stretch. That's like like we all probably have celebrity doppelgangers to some degree. Like if you took a picture of Topher Grace and aged him 25 years, essentially you get me. It's it's not far off, but I don't look like him today. You know what I mean?
Right.
So him and I've also been told I look like Eddie Izzard, who's who's now a woman now, but that beside the point. If you take a picture of Eddie Izzard, you'd be like, I think there's some similarities. So we have our celebrity doppelgangers. I'm not sure Megan Fox is hers per se. I think that's a bold statement, but that's the show. That's
So
why
I had
people
one,
watch.
Lauren. I want to know: did anybody tell you that you have one? Who do people most compare you to as far as a celebrity?
Me?
Yeah.
Who's your lookalike?
you think
The
of one?
singer Light.
Who? Sorry.
Who?
The singer Light.
Lights. Okay, look it up, Dave.
Okay, I'll look
We
that
got
up.
our team on.
So you want to know now? I've
Yeah.
never I've never seen myself as Charlie Sheen, and ever.
Nobody has.
No, seriously, people
Really?
tell me.
Actually, hold on a minute. Let me just think this through.
It.
Oh, you know what?
Are you serious?
If you go back to a picture of you when you were younger, a little young, because without the beard.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think that's crazy.
I've never seen it, but that's what everybody said.
Like
everybody said Charlie Sheen.
Describe what you look like in a pod like that. Like,
but you're not. I don't think you're supposed to be. I don't think you're supposed to be.
That's the thing. That's why it didn't work for her, because you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
right?
You're not supposed to compare yourself. Gotcha.
Because you're not supposed to set expectations. It's supposed to be Love Is Blind.
No.
So you're not supposed to set expectations like that. But the other thing about Love Is Blind, I'm sorry, I can't get off this. And just so you know, Alec, it's my wife who got me into it. Okay.
It's a good show. Also, you know what else is a really good show? Love on the Spectrum. So you should watch that.
That I have seen.
That one.
I have seen a little bit of that, and it's very endearing. And it's the kind of thing where you actually there's something kind of sweet about it, and I did get a little bit hooked into it. I'll be honest. I was like, now I care about these people.
Like, I'll only date somebody if they come at me with a Tanner energy.
Yes. Where's Annalisa in this? She would be. There it is. She's right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You just said it. I go, where's Annalisa? And what happens? Boom. Tanner is my fave. I can't. Here's the truth, though. I can't watch the show with her because she gets so excited and invested.
Ooh.
It's an emotional roller coaster. It's very, very hard.
But it's so good.
It is good. It is good.
Okay.
And
anyway,
hold on. We got comments that are coming in here. We need to address them. So this is back when you were talking about doing the Love Is Blind local pubs, right? So we need more than one local pub. This one, I don't know who this is. I'm going to find out after, but this one does not make me happy at all. This is the one person in show business I can't stand. I can't stand.
Really?
And I'm being compared to Jack Black.
Yeah, actually, Jack likes you. I'll tell you that. He thinks you're charming. So I don't know what your problem is.
Oh, I can't stand him.
Jack Black, really?
Yeah. So anyway,
what about Jack White? Do you like Jack White?
I don't mind Jack White.
Okay, that seems like.
So what's really interesting is this conversation now, because we've gotten into this whole Love Is Blind thing. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. People often take reality TV shows like that and they refer to them as trash. Totally get it. I totally get it. But here's the thing. Amanda and I watch those shows and we watch how people interact in their relationships. Mm-hmm. And then we pause it and we have a 2-hour conversation about how we think I love
that. I think that's so important.
It's like therapy. It's like therapy for a relationship. We watch how these people deal with things, and then we have a 2-hour conversation about one thing that happened on the show about how we would deal with things in real life in our relationship. So that's what I love about watching. I love
that, you guys. That's amazing.
Yeah. You're a dork. I think it's great. I'm kidding.
Nerd.
I love it. I think it's great. I saw an opportunity and I took it. I think it's great. And I think that I love this initiative that you've got. I'm just kidding with you. Oh, I love Jack Black. Sorry, man. So it's
can't stand him.
I do know that, like, my girlfriend and I, she's also a single mom in the dating world. And we have had some stories, and we just think maybe we, like, based off of the blind dates with LB, maybe we start a podcast kind of talking about some of these experiences because they are quite comical. But maybe we'll just come on the show every once in a while and just
I think
Billey.
that's hysterical. And so what is we're dating the same guy? This is going to open up a can of worms. I've heard of it.
Oh, it has. So are we dating the same guy? There's one for every single town, city. Claresholm doesn't have one because it's too small of a town. You kind of know, I think.
Yep.
And so Calgary, bigger city. It's quite interesting. So what you do is you post a picture and you say their name with a red flag or like a T emoji. And then in the comments, that's when people will like write their experiences with them to kind of protect other women so that they don't think that like they had found the love of their life when really they were just narcissistic and abusive. So it's very protecting of women.
Okay.
And then also just, like the online dating scene, you don't know these people.
Right.
So it's kind of handy when you have met somebody online, you can go to this group and be like, has anyone had any experience, good or bad, with this person? So you can kind of judge that and decide if you feel comfortable going on the date or not.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
it helps women stay safe today.
And that's hugely important.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that one.
Yes,
don't you think? Happening. Yeah. So don't you think that kind of opens up the? I'm not sure what Alec is doing right now, but don't you think that kind of opens up for manipulation and people to not lie if they don't have a good experience with somebody and they just out of revenge?
100%. And I mean, you have to kind of take it for what it is. I feel like I'm pretty good at judging based off of how somebody is saying a story, if it's real or not.
Right.
Or if somebody just had a really bad, like sometimes somebody will put it on there like this person didn't even open the door.
But what's garbage for one person is gold for another person,
right? Like
so if you just
so it's hard, yeah.
So I
One time there was a guy that was posted in there and like 100 women commented all these bad experiences. And then a girl commented, "That's my dad." And I was like,
oh, that was not,
No. So I mean, the entertainment value of this group, it's high. It is. I actually think I added Annalisa in it. I
think you probably did. That's my dad. That's a tough one because you don't see that coming.
So can I tell you guys a story?
My goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember or if anybody watching knows, but on Thursday nights, every Thursday night, like for the last 3 years, I've done music bingo at Hudson's in Shaughnessy in Calgary.
Yep.
And I'm a joker. I'm on, and I walk that line of, and sometimes I think I cross over it and they forgive me. But there was this one night that I did, there was a song that was playing. I can't remember what the song was, but it was in relation to breaking up with somebody. And so I went to the entire bar on the microphone, and we had a full bar. I said, "This is the dedication to anybody who you're breaking up with." And all of a sudden, this table to my left started cheering. And I was like, "What's going on over there, you guys?" And they said, "They're breaking up with her tonight."
Oh my God.
And I was like, Who are you talking about? And they said, "The girl, she's outside." I was like, so this entire bar now knows that the girl who's outside, who's joining your group, is going to walk in here and everybody in this bar is going to know that she's getting broken up with tonight.
Nicely done.
So I was like, holy man, that was gold.
Well, you know what, though?
Wow.
That's... that's funny. So was that a forgivable one then? Did you? No,
that was a forgivable one. Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I didn't.
Yeah. No, I pulled the crashing plane out of that nosedive pretty quick.
I love that. There was a very and then we won't get too far off topic. There was a very funny viral video of a teacher, I think in the U.S., who his mandate in his classroom was if your phone rings, you got to answer it on speakerphone. Have you seen this? And so it was like, it worked kind of for him at that time. But then he gets the phone rings and he says, says to this girl, you gotta answer the phone on speaker. And she's kind of like, okay. So she takes the call, and it's like the fertility clinic. And they're like, you're pregnant. We know you don't know who the father is. We're here to support you. And she's just, and he is mortified. He's like, I want to apologize. And he's like, you can hang up. And so this call carries on with some details that you wouldn't want shared. And the whole class is kind of sort of like just sitting there. And she's like, no, it's okay. I've known this is something I want for a while. And she goes, and I'm going to name the baby April Fools. And he went, oh my goodness, it was April Fools. And she burned this teacher. And he said, I will cherish this memory for the rest of my life. Like, it was like.
That's awesome.
It can go both ways.
Awesome. Wow.
It can definitely go both ways. Anyway.
That's an interesting conversation. Well, congratulations, Lauren, on starting this whole thing.
Thank you.
Sounds like it's successful for you. So if Love Is Blind Canada starts up, then we'll have to do some commentary on YouTube or something. We'll create a YouTube channel. Yeah.
Lauren, before you go, I just want to show you something, and I just need your thoughts. Just take a good look at Dave. Look at that handsome guy. Actually, you know what we're going to do?
And my wife, too.
We're going to pull Lauren out for 1 sec. Don't go anywhere, Lauren.
Okay.
We're going to pull...
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I think very similar. But what about this one? Like, I can see there's some connective. There might be some.
I don't know. Lauren, what do you think?
I honestly see it. It's
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see
Lauren,
this? Hold on. Show my wife.
Yeah, okay.
Do you see this?
Similarity?
Is there a similarity there?
No.
Okay.
No, but she's looking at it sideways.
Amanda, don't go anywhere. Amanda, just
Don't
stay
go
where you
anywhere.
are.
He said, don't go anywhere.
Come back. I need you to look at this.
He needs you to look at something. Okay. Come here. Oh.
I see a little bit in here.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've got facial hair. We both have facial hair. Yeah. Boy, I look just like Jack Black. Yeah.
I don't know. We could have had him on the show. He was busy. All right, Lauren, we're going to let you go, carry on with the rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out and joining us. And so so if people are interested and they want to reach out, how did they get in contact with you about this?
Yes. So you can go to my Facebook page, Lauren Billey Creative.
Okay.
And the link should be in the post about this.
Okay, that's where I saw it. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Okay, wicked. Well, thank you. And we'll have you back. We'll do it again. We'll get some updates.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't been in your guys' presence in too long, so
Yeah.
this is great.
And we both look like Jack Black now, so there you go.
I love it.
Awesome.
Okay,
all right,
bye,
Lauren.
guys.
Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you. Bye. Very cool. So here's a show I've discovered. Here's something I've discovered. It's not one of the shows you guys watch. And it's got nothing to do with dating. And I just want to know this. I thought of you when I heard of this. I'm like, this is something Dave would get a kick out of. I'm going to try to screen share here if I can here in a second. Which I can't remember how to do that. But, oh, there it is. Okay. Have you heard of Fish Doorbell?
Fish Doorbell, no.
Oh, it's not going to share. Okay. If you Google Fish Doorbell, it's a live shot of a camera under the water in a city in the Netherlands. And this is true. In the spring, there's like a boat lock that prevents the fish from crossing over this channel during spawning season. So Fish Doorbell, if you go and check it out, it's a live shot of this section of water. And when you see a fish, you push this button and it takes a picture of the fish. And when there's enough fish pictures that get loaded up into the system, someone pushes a lever and the lock opens and lets the fish through. And so people right now, or at least when I checked it out, there was over 1,000 people watching Fish Doorbell. So you can wait until you see a fish. You hit the button when you see a fish. And then when there's enough of these fishies waiting, and it gets them out of the way of these predators and allows them to cross this section through the lock. And people love it. They feel very empowered about helping these fish. It's not matchmaking. But see, that I missed Love Is Blind, but I'm on season 3 of Fish Doorbell. It sounds ridiculous, but you feel like a hero when you see a fish. You get so excited and you push the button to take the picture, and you know that you're helping these fish cross over this section of the water in the Netherlands. It's
So
very satisfying.
Can you see what I've got up on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just reading this here. So Dutch citizens are using a doorbell to help fish pass through the canal gate.
It's ridiculous, but people love it. And it's kind of hard not to be. It's very endearing in some way. There you go. There's a great picture of it. The fish going through the door. And so, fish doorbell. So if you can't do Love is Blind, if you're tired of that or you need another episode, go check out Fish Doorbell. You literally sit and watch a tiny section of the water, and then a fish goes by and you get so excited. You push the button. It's very silly. Anyway, I called you a dork earlier. This is about the dorkiest thing. Isn't that wild?
That's pretty wild, yeah.
We're helping out humanity. Okay, you know what we should quickly talk about too is blind. So we've talked a lot about blind dates today. We talked about dating, and that love is out there, but you're not necessarily gonna make the best first impression, Dave. You need a couple things. You need to first of all, you got to look good, right? And if you want to look good, no, you'd look good. You found love, so you can basically let yourself go, which is fine. If you want to look good,
that's exactly why.
If you want to look good, you can go and check out one of our sponsors, Janet's Fashions. They are on the corner of 50th Avenue Highway 2, and they've got spring clothes are coming in. Spring is really around the corner. I know there's snow right now, but it's going to warm up. Go check out Janet's for shorts, for t-shirts, for spring and summer wear. Huge thanks to Janet's as one of our sponsors on the show. And then what you do is you're like, I gotta get a gift bag. I'm going on this date. Where do you go? At the dollar store. You go and get a gift bag. They've got the helium machine. Maybe you get a balloon. You get a card. They also have a small electronics section. They've got stationery. If you want to write in the card, go buy yourself a nice new pen over at the dollar store. They're fantastic over there. Another one of our sponsors that we want to say huge thanks to. And then finally, you can stop off at Claresholm Pharmacy, get yourself some vitamins. You're going to want to stay hydrated. Maybe go and get some smart water for your date. And they have deodorant. You got to smell good. Get some toothpaste while you're there. So you can go and get all of the things you need for your blind date at our three sponsors. You can look good, feel good, smell good. Maybe that's their whole tagline. So huge thanks again to Claresholm Pharmacy, who have a team of friendly and prescribing pharmacists. And they also have a small grocery section, Cudlow Meats, and dairy section there as well. So go in and check those guys out and go and say hello. So yes, without them, we couldn't come on the air every Friday and talk about Fish Doorbell or matchmaking. So Fish Doorbell.
Well, that was an interesting episode. That's an interesting show today.
It's different every time. That's what we love about it. So there we go. How's we've got a couple minutes left. Nanton, how's things in Nanton this weekend and this coming week?
They're good.
It's like having that was awesome.
I so wanted the kindergarten conversation.
That's good. Good. And then we just closed the show. The show had the weirdest opening. That would have been a nice way to end. Good.
Done.
Out.
No, we're good. We're going to be in Edmonton. I'm actually doing a charity hockey game tomorrow, so I'm calling that hockey game, and trying to raise money for the Children's Hospital in Edmonton. So.
Oh wow, awesome! Yeah, that's huge.
So we're not really sure. We got to check with our booking agent for Good Morning Nathan Live and see where we're at for guests for tomorrow's show.
Maybe make sure you don't double book. That's all you got to make sure of. Don't double book.
Right. The double booking would actually be a great idea for our show. That would be good.
Yeah. I think that could be
book shows. This is the trick to getting your guests, and make sure you have them.
It's too late now. Do we have old timey words? Are we doing that next week?
No, we'll do that next week.
Okay, we'll do old timey words next week. Awesome. Okay, well we'll let everyone get back to your weekend. As we always say, stay safe, everyone. Have a really good weekend, and hopefully the snow melts. We'll be back next week with another show, and maybe we'll be wearing shorts. You never know. You'll see Charlie Sheen over there sporting some shorts.
That's right.
Hard to say.
Okay. Well,
all right, folks.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
We'll see you next time. Bye now.
See you next week. Bye.